Hi, so far we have implemented the vertex and the edge as far as the maximum flow algorithm is concerned. And in this video we are going to implement the flow network itself. So basically it's going to store the private integer number of vertices in the given graph. It's going to store the reference to the number of edges in that given graph. And we are going to have a list of edges. Basically, it's going to be the adjacencies list. Adjacencies list. Okay, so we just have to import the java.util.list, and of course it's not edges but edge. In the constructor, so in the flow network constructor, we are going to get the number of vertices, so num of vertices, and basically we initialize the num of vertices to be equal to the num of vertices, the number of edges at the beginning, so num of edges is going to be equal to 0, and this dot adjacencies list we just have to instantiate it as an array list. Okay. And basically we have to iterate through, so int I is equal to 0, I is less than the number of vertices plus I, because we have to initialize. As you can see, we have a list. We have already initialized and instantiate the outer list, but it's going to be a 0. So we have to initialize on every iteration a new list of edges, list of edge. Edge list is a new array list, and we just have to add it to the adjacencies list, add the edge list. Okay, why is it good? Because we would like to avoid null pointer exception. So we have to instantiate this list as an array list, and on every iteration we are going to have as many list of edges as the number of vertices. That's why it is the adjacencies list. It's going to assign to every single vertex the list of edges coming out from that given vertex. Okay, so this is why we have to instantiate and initialize the inner list of edges. Okay, then we are going to have some helper method such as the public integer get num of vertices, return this dot num of vertices. Then we have the number of edges, so I'm going to copy and paste it, get number of edges, get number of edges, like this. Then we are going to have another helper method, public void add edge. We are going to get an edge e, for example, and we just have to create a vertex v e.get from vertex, vertex w is equal to the e.get target vertex. We just have to add it adjacencies list dot get v.get id. That's why we have an id for every single vertex. And then we have to add this edge. We have to add this edge to the w as well. So w.getId add edge, and then we have to increment the number of edges, so number of edges plus. And then we have the, I'm just going to right click, source, generate getters and setters for the adjacencies list. I want to get the adjacencies list. Sorry, not like this. I have a vertex, for example v, and I would like to return the adjacencies list dot get and the v.getId. Basically that's why we assign an id to all the vertices, because we would like to return the adjacencies list. Okay, it's not going to return a list of lists but a list of edges. So this is how we get the adjacencies list for a given vertex. We just return the adjacencies list get with the vertex with the given id. So that's all about the flow network. As you can see, we store all the network related information in this class, such as the number of vertices, number of edges, the adjacencies list. We initialize it in order to avoid null pointer exception, initialize the outer list and the inner list with the help of this for loop. We have an add edge method and the get adjacencies list for a given vertex V. Thanks for watching.